here, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. The haters be coming on my page, comments, and they've been doing this for years. I'm emphasizing that I'm the world's first and only dark-skinned activist today because you're mad and you know who you are. You came onto one of my videos in the comment section talking about nobody cares if you're the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. Well, I do. I care. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Like I said, it's Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. I own the trademark to the phrase dark-skinned activist because I created it out of my brain, and that's why you mad, and that's why you jealous. It's only one dark-skinned activist, and that's me. I created dark-skinned activism, the first platform in history to fight to end what some people call colorism, but what I call darkism, I created it in 1998 before YouTube. Before social media, and I'm very proud of that, and nobody can take that away from me. Say whatever you want, you can't change the facts. You're not the dark-skinned activist. It's only one. We're gonna get that straight right off the top. The website is darkskinnedactivist.com. Once again, that is darkskinnedactivist.com. You guys can go there and download a free ebook copy of my book entitled Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. And you can, by reading that book, you can begin your education in dark-skinned activism so that you can understand exactly where I'm coming from. Also, the reason why I always start my videos out like this is because there's so many black people on YouTube that have stolen and ripped off my brand. Shout out to a dark-skinned supporter of mine that actually contacted me yesterday. I'm not going to say your name. I always want to protect people's privacy. But she reached out to me and, was, telling me some things, and the whole thing is this. These people have been stealing and ripping off from me for years. But again, the fact remains, you didn't create dark-skinned activism. You didn't create the colorism conversation. I did. And that's a fact. And that's never going to change. That's never going to change. That's facts. All right. If you guys want to support the channel, which you should, you could donate to my Cash App, which is $RASHIDA'S, and the donation links are in the description to this live. They're always there the majority of the time. You can also go to my website, which is darkskinnedactivist.com. Also, I'm very motivated now because the same person was telling me that I need to come and do my dark skin activist show in their city, and I'm actually considering it, y'all. I have been making up in my mind that I'm gonna do one show a year, because you got to remember that before YouTube was created, I was the dark skin activist, and I was already doing dark skin activism, which consists of my play, namely A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, which is a one-woman show that I've been producing since 2006. That was before YouTube. And so what I've been doing, usually every 2 years, I will perform and produce a show. Back in September, I was on the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. I got a chance to perform there. And that was like my third time performing at the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. So shout out to the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. I'm very appreciative of Tony Henson, who's the director. She's done some great work. But this particular supporter of mine came out to see me when I was out in Texas in 2017, and she was like, you need to come and bring this show out here. So I'm actually considering it, y'all. I did my show for 2023. I said I'm going to do at least one show a year. So I did my show in 2023 already. So I am thinking about maybe I will come to this venue. But since 2018, y'all, I have been doing shows where you guys could watch it through live stream pay-per-view from anywhere in the world. So my plan is to, if I do produce a show wherever I'm at, if you are not in the city where I'm at and you can't make it, you will be able to purchase tickets to the show through live stream pay-per-view and watch me directly from the comfort of your home. So I want y'all to make sure y'all go to my website, darkskinnedactivist.com, and sign up for the ebook Darkism. And that will put you on my mailing list so that when I do book a venue and start to produce a show, y'all gonna be the first people to know. Okay? My website is darkskinnedactivist.com. So I want to say to my special friend, if she is watching, I wish I could get her on the channel, y'all. Y'all would love her. She's dark, but she kind of she kind of shy, but you are a great motivator. I want you to know that if you're watching this. So shout out to you. shout out to you, and I might just come to your city, your state again. I might come because Texas did show me love, so I am very appreciative of that, but we'll see what happens. But let me tell y'all something. Let me get to the topic of why I ain't gonna prolong the time. I used to hate when the pastor used to say that, because whenever they said in church, because I grew up in a Pentecostal church, whenever they say I ain't gonna prolong the time, that means they are gonna prolong the time. And usually we were in for a long church service, and I was hungry. Me and my 5 brothers, we was ready to eat, and we had to sit there and be respectful and be quiet, and we couldn't do all that foolishness because all that CPS BS they got going on now. Try that mess in a black church. Back when I was growing up in the 80s, they don't care. They'll tell you, here go the phone, call CPS, here go the phone. And you would be scared to do it because my mama did not play, no. She did not play. Let me tell y'all something. Speaking of my mama, may God bless her. And I'm not being disrespectful. I want y'all to understand I am not. God knows my heart. God knows my heart. Shout out to everybody that's watching. God knows my heart. I am not being disrespectful to my mother. I'm not. I'm only speaking on my lived experiences and what I seen people go through growing up around me, the hardships. And I made up in my mind that I did not want to be a dark-skinned baby mama. I don't want to be that. You don't want to aspire to be a dark-skinned baby mama. Let me tell you what you want to aspire to be. Dark-skinned black women. Because everybody that's been watching me from day one know that the main goal of dark-skinned activism is to bring the black man back. I said bring the black man back. I said bring the black man back to his rightful place. And that is with the dark-skinned black woman. But I don't want it under the baby mama label. I don't want that. That's dysfunctional. How do I know that that's dysfunctional? You say dark-skinned activist. How do you know that being a baby mama, a dark-skinned baby mama, being a black baby mama, y'all know I talk about black people in general, but I'm the dark-skinned activist. So I hone in with a laser-sharp focus on dark-skinned black people. Listen, you don't want to be no dark-skinned baby mama. Because dark-skinned people, first of all, we have it the worst. We have it the hardest. Take it from a person that grew up with a dark-skinned baby mama. And I already done said, I don't mean no disrespect to my mama, because I love my mama. I love my mama. And I'm one of them people, talk about my mama, it's finna be on. I could talk about my mama, but you can't, because it's gonna be a problem. That's how we grew up. But I gotta be honest. I saw my dark-skinned mother grow up as I was growing up, and all we did was struggle. We were in poverty, government cheese. I used to stay out of school having to stand in a food stamp line, and I'm not down in food stamps. I'm not down in none of that, because I know that people be needing help. That's not what I'm saying, so don't take me wrong. I'm just telling y'all got to understand that people are not trying to like throw shade. They telling you their experience. Get out your feelings. I'm not throwing shade. I'm telling you what I went through, and it wasn't fun. Do you want to stay out of school just so you could stand in the food stamp line for your mama and miss school days? I don't think you want to do that. It wasn't fun. This was in the 80s. Okay? We got evicted. That stuff is still in my head. House full of clothes. Couldn't keep up with all the clothes because you got all these kids to take care of. Can't keep up with washing the clothes. To this day, I got to have all my clothes. They got to be washed, folded, and neatly put into drawers and hung up. I don't play that at all, because I grew up under a dark-skinned baby mama in chaos. I ain't finna live like that. And as y'all can see, I got some of the remnants of it. Only thing y'all can say about me is, oh, she talk loud. She yells. Well, I don't care. I am a product of my environment, but I self-improved though. Because I made up in my mind, I said, yeah, I grew up getting evicted, the lights getting cut off, rats and roaches in the house, having to live out the church annex, having to live in the Driftwood Motel and get kicked out 2 o'clock in the morning. I live like that. I live like that. Seeing my mama getting into it with her significant other, they fighting each other. We got to go across the street to the neighbor's house. I lived in chaos. And I made a decision, a conscious decision, because you got to be conscious of it. You got to think. That's why God gave you a brain to think. Use it. And don't never let drugs, alcohol, and all that foolishness cloud your mind. That's another thing. You can't get me to do drugs and alcohol. I don't care what I go through. I feel it and I take it. I take it. And I fight through it. I box through it mentally. Because I've been there and done that, and I understood how to do it and made a decision at an early age. This is not the life I want to live. This is not the life I want to live. It's going to be 10 times harder for you if you're a dark-skinned baby mama. And people talked about my mama so bad growing up. People talked about my mama so bad growing up in the church. Fake church members in the Pentecostal church laughing, you know. It's this one chick, I almost got into a fight with her in the church annex. Because, I was a quiet, dark-skinned introvert that people thought they let the glasses fool them, they let the quiet fool them. But in me, it's a problem. I'm going to defend myself. This one chick, she was dark-skinned and she came from a more stable family, and she used to pick at us for no reason. I never said nothing to her. One day, we was in the church annex, and it wasn't that mental boxing time. It wasn't. I ain't talking about that mental boxing, because most of the time I'm talking about mental boxing. And I don't condone violence. So I'm just telling y'all my lived experience. It was time to box. We was done. We was done. We was finished. Shut that down after that. I'm just keeping it 100. But these are the things that dark-skinned baby mamas be putting their kids through, because the kids don't want to see their mama. That's their mama. They don't understand. All they hear is, oh, you talk about my mama, and I'm tired of it. I'm finna do something about it. You know, me and my 5 brothers went through pure hell. It was not fun. And my thing is this: if a dark-skinned woman is married, I don't care what nobody say. I feel like if she has children, there's better life chances when she's married, and she ideally has all her children from the same man, and we keep that family intact. Nobody's going to be perfect. No family is perfect. That is not what I'm saying. I just feel that married dark-skinned women with children, their children have better life chances than with dark-skinned baby mamas. Why would you aspire to be a dark-skinned baby mama? Why would you aspire to be a dark-skinned baby mama with multiple baby daddies? And I made that mistake, but my son, his dad and I were not married. Okay, we were not married. We were not married. And I looked at my life and I said to because I be talking to myself. I assess myself and have these conversations and say, Rashida, I put myself in check. This is what you got to do. Let's get this together, girl. And I said, Rashida, you are never going to have another baby out of wedlock. And I made that decision at 20 years old. And guess what happened? That's why when you tell yourself what you going to do, they say life and death is in the palm. It's true. And guess what happened? Lauren was born in wedlock. That's a fact. And I'm very proud of that. Extremely. Because I was true to myself. I made it happen. I stuck to my word. And it ain't about other people. It's about you sticking to your word to yourself. And Lauren was born in wedlock. I don't like her dad. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Because I don't like his personality, how he was treating me. But he's a very intelligent man, alpha, PhD, very intellectual, very smart, very hardworking, hustler. Got a lot of respect for him. I could not like you and still respect you. And I was just so pleased and proud of myself that I did not become this dark-skinned baby mama running around here with 50 million children, poor, in poverty. That ain't cool. I don't know why people think being in poverty is cool. From a person that actually lived that life for real in the hood, in the ghetto, I don't understand why people want to live in poverty. I don't understand why people want to praise it. It's insanity to me. You're disrespecting people like me that actually live that life for real. This is very disrespectful. I was miserable in the hood. I was miserable in poverty. That's one of the reasons why I'm the way I am today. I'm a very mentally tough person. And I know that sometimes that come across as hard or mean or all these stereotypes that they love to put on dark-skinned women. But I am a product of my environment, of how I grew up. And I work on myself continuously. I have worked on myself continuously to not continue the pattern. Shout out to my brothers that didn't continue the pattern. One of my brothers is a PhD. Shout out to you. Very high ranking in the military. I have another brother, college educated, brilliant guy. They're married. You know, they've done well. They made the same decisions. We're not going to do this. The buck stops here. You have the power and the control to not become a dark-skinned baby mama. Because I promise you, when you a dark-skinned baby mama, people are going to look down on you more than if you was light-skinned, biracial, white, or mixed. And this is no shade towards light-skinned people. Stop with lying on me. I love all people. I love all human beings. But I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat and lie to make people feel good. I'm going to tell the truth. Dark-skinned baby mamas are going to get looked down on the worst. Again, how do I know? Ask me how I know. Dark-skinned activists, how do you know? Because my mama was a dark-skinned baby mama, and I grew up with people bashing her and looking down on her, and I had this one dark-skinned at the church. I'm trying to censor myself. People look down on her. The black community looked down on her. In fact, the white people actually helped her. I told y'all the story about how she used to go to them Catholic churches, and the little white old ladies would feel sorry for her and help my mama. Black people didn't really, they talk crazy about us. That's what a lot of the black and ugly, they talked about me, saying I was black, skinny, ugly, nappy-headed, African, booty scratcher, all that. Child, huh? So you don't want to become a dark-skinned baby mama. Aspire to be a dark-skinned wife. That is the key. And do not have kids. In fact, I'm going to tell you like this. You are a fool if you have children outside of marriage. Yep, I said it. Y'all can disagree. Whatever. You're free to disagree. I don't care. I don't care about people disagreeing with me. That's your right to disagree. As is my right to speak my opinion. You are a fool if you have a baby out of wedlock. You are a fool. You are ignorant. And you're doing your child a disservice. Black dark-skinned children especially need to be born in wedlock. They have a better, they're just gonna have better life chances. I don't know why any reasonable human being would dispute what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is the truth. Aspire to be a dark-skinned wife and not a dark-skinned baby mama, because you're gonna get looked down on. And it's not even that so much of getting looked down upon. It's more of what type of life are you going to be able to provide for your children? How is that getting looked down upon going to impact your dark-skinned children or your black children? Because even if you dark-skinned and you have some light-skinned children, by virtue of you being their dark-skinned mama, then, you know, they could still get the residual effects of darkism. So that's pretty much what I have to say, y'all. I want y'all to make sure y'all like the video, share the video, and I do need to let people know, I'm going to say this again because I got some people coming at me. I charge, if you want me to watch a video, I'm charging. I need a donation of $100 or more. If you want to interview me, I charge for that as well. And if you want me to be on a panel debating, I charge for all of that. I don't do nothing for free. The only thing y'all going to get from me free is coming on here, being able to watch me for free. People have exploited the hell out of me. Black people have not been kind to me on YouTube. They don't use my platform, my ideas, my original ideas, stole it, went and made channels. And, you know, I've been on YouTube longer than anybody talking about colorism. I started this whole thing. And all black people have done to thank me is steal from me. So I'm not doing nothing for free except coming on here, speaking my piece on this YouTube channel. My Cash App is $RASHIDA'S. Once again, $RASHIDA'S. And Zombie Hand Hustler, shout out to you. Silas, Aaliyah, shout out to all of y'all, and I will talk to y'all again soon. darkskinactivist.com.